I am so excited to do this video. So it has been about a month, a little over a month, I think, since I've been doing the Mequinol. This is the semi-permanence lotion. That's from like Zenaxxx.com. They have like an Etsy. That's how I found them, because one of you said something on one of my videos, like if I had used it, that had Mequinol in it and retinol, and just that like this stuff works. So anyways, I've used it. It's been about a month. I'm really excited. I'm not completely out of this bottle because I have also, like, when I use it, I'll like squirt some and then I'll go section by section. So I'll go leg by leg, stomach, back, arms, and then I'll also cut it with some coconut oil just to make sure that like I'm getting it evenly all throughout my body. So I think that kind of helped me, you know, make this bottle really last. But I mean, I guess the good news is that it actually does work. It has a lot of ingredients in it, like so the Mequinol, the retinol, kojic acid, the plant extracts I'm pretty sure is mulberry and something else, mulberry and licorice root. So it does have a lot going on. I definitely like am in that phase where I'll like stare at my skin a little bit because you can see the patches so much. It's like week by week by week. It's like the patches will get larger. By patches I mean the difference in the darker skin and then the lighter skin shining through. So it's like every week I feel like the darker skin patches are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then the lighter skin underneath is like, you know, kind of like taking over. When I did research on Mequinol, I did see like on skincaretalk.com and I think one other website, they were talking about how like Mequinol made them get darker before they started lightening up. And so I was waiting for that like to happen, and basically what I think it is, especially since I'm having so many patches on my body, that's what has me so excited about this, because like I'm starting to actually see the results. Like everything isn't staying one color, like everything's changing, and you know, it's doing it, you know, slowly, but still, like the fact that I've even seen this many changes within the month, I mean, to me it's impressive. Obviously I'm very excited to, you know, do my second month, and yeah, like I definitely want to see like where this is going to take me, because the color underneath is just like crazy. I was trying to take like some footage on this camera of some of the areas, but for some reason, I think it's the time of day, it's not really showing the color difference in like the darker skin that I had before versus the lighter skin that's starting to like to shine through. So hopefully I'll be able to like catch it on a day. Like it's kind of like rainy here right now and there's just nothing I can do about it, but just know it's something that definitely has me in the mirror like checking it out, which is like, that's like one of the worst things you want to do. I think everyone gets really like hyper focused on their skin like during the first few months of like if you're starting a new regimen. So if like if you're starting glutathione or something, and then after a while like you just get into this routine to where it's just like it's normal for you to put this on like every day after you take a shower. Like it's normal to take your glutathione at night, like it just becomes normal, so you forget about it. But this is definitely something that has me just like excited, because every couple, like I feel like every week that like I start to like really examine my skin, something has changed. So it's got me excited. One of the things that I've noticed about it is that where I messed up is that I thought for certain parts of my body that I was maybe going to just skip over certain parts, and honestly it doesn't work that well to do that, because it's like I think it's like increasing the cell turnover. Like something's happening when I do like a chemical peel. Obviously you know how the skin gets like dark and rough and then it'll peel off. So with this you can see that old unattractive skin. So I think that's where people were like, oh, this made me get darker before I got lighter. It's like not really. It's just like the old skin is so just, it's like matte. It doesn't have like any shine to it, doesn't have any glow to it. So I could see how some people like feel like, oh, it makes me look like darker. She's like, no, that's just like your old skin. Like I don't know what's happening, because like I don't see it physically peeling off. Like I haven't had that happen where like I can see it peeling. So I think it's doing one of two things. It's either marinating my skin and changing it that way, or it's just on a cellular level, it's just, I don't know, the cells are turning over. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know how it's working, because it's not as physical as a chemical peel. but there's a change. So it's like I'm seeing the results. I don't know really how it's working, but I'm not gonna question it. I'm just happy it's happening. But for those of you who like, especially when you're gonna have like, you know, mostly 90% of your body's gonna be made up of the old skin, and so then week by week by week, especially within the first week, you're gonna see slowly but surely the percentage of the new skin peeking through. But if you feel like that old skin is looking really dull and just lackluster and ugly, you definitely can take like some liquid chlorophyll. Liquid chlorophyll is great because like it changes your undertone like right away. Like within the first like 24 to 48 hours, you'll start to see a glow in your skin. It makes it look more of a yellowy glow. So if you like that, then go for it. But I think that will help you get through that transition, because you know that older skin, like trust me, especially where like I can see like a lot of my patches are like around my underarm where like that skin is changing, and especially like right here on my shoulders and like on my back, like yeah, that the old skin versus the new skin, like the old skin definitely does not look very attractive. So I can't like say, oh, it made me darker before I got lighter, because like it's not that at all. It's just like that old skin just like it doesn't even look healthy. It's like the newer skin underneath, like it just shines through so much better. And so yeah, your first month when you have the majority of your skin is still going to be the old skin. Like this isn't happening overnight. I think it said most people see like results within the 3 to 6 month period of using it every single day. So I had to stop for a couple days. I think it was like 3 or 4 days when I was out of town last week. I didn't bring it with me because it was too big for my carry-on, and so I definitely felt like I wasn't making any progress those couple days. So another thing that like I messed up on, so yeah, the thing that I messed up on was just thinking that I could like skip parts of my body. Don't do that, because the change, like the difference it's gonna make in the new skin, it's gonna make it look like so much different. Like you're gonna basically be able to see the spots that you missed. So even if you feel like, oh well, my chest is already lighter than my arms, so I just want to put it on my arms, honestly I think you should just put it all over, because like I tried to like pick and choose what areas I was going to put it on, and now that I'm on month 1 and I'm going into month 2, now I'm like just putting it everywhere. The changes that it's made, the difference it's made, I need to make sure that it's basically reaching every little area, or you're gonna see like those areas that you didn't put it are gonna just look so much worse. So just don't do it. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it. Also, I noticed that I could put it on like twice a day. So if you're interested in doing like 2 applications, I know with some topicals that I've used in the past, maybe I wasn't like, my skin couldn't handle it twice a day. This seems to do like really well doing it twice a day. Do I apply it twice a day every day? No, I definitely don't. But if you want quicker results, then as soon as you wake up in the morning, I don't know when you do your showers, if you're like a morning shower person or an evening shower person, but let's assume you're like an evening shower person. So as soon as you get out of the shower, like in the afternoon or in the evening, you put on the lotion, get ready. Okay, so I'm back. My camera cut off. But after you take your shower, obviously apply it, go to bed, you know, however long that is, if it's 8 hours or however many hours after your shower, whatever. Obviously it's marinating in your skin. The next morning before you start the day, you know, moisturize, because you'll definitely need to use more than 1 lotion. So this isn't gonna like work as a moisturizer. It's just a lightener. It's a really good lightener, but it's not a moisturizer. So make sure that you put that on and then go over it with a moisturizer and in the morning, and then that would be your 2 applications a day. So basically just 1 in the evening after you've showered, or if you're showering in the morning, 1 after you shower, and then you would put it on again right before you went to bed or something. And obviously that would speed up your results. And then to make it last a little longer, like I said, I like to squirt some in my hand and then get some coconut oil, and then you know that just allows me to apply it completely evenly and also moisturize my skin. Another thing is that I thought I was going to kind of go around my stretch marks, because if you're doing any type of like stretch mark treatment, so you could be doing stretch mark camouflage, where they basically, it's like the same thing that they would do for like if they're doing like your eyebrows. Like it's not as long lasting as a tattoo, but it's not exactly like microblading, but it basically is. If you're doing something like that, obviously you don't want to use like any, this has retinol in it, and so before you would go in for your treatment, obviously you would stop using it on your stretch marks for like a specific amount of time. I'm not sure exactly if it's 4 weeks or if it's 6 weeks prior. You'd have to, you know, talk to whoever's going to be doing the treatment, or if you're doing any type of laser on your stretch marks. Obviously that's the only thing that I was like worried about, because like I am having mine treated. Maybe I shouldn't put it on my stretch marks, but honestly I kind of suggest that you do, because again, I was trying to go over the areas with my stretch marks, and honestly it would just be easier just to make that whole area lighter, because like I was still like missing some of the brown skin. And so now you can see the patches where I didn't put the like lotion on my skin like the last month, where everything else around it is lightening. And honestly it would probably help me to get my underlying skin closer to the color of the stretch mark. So you definitely would want to tell them, hey, I've been using these topicals, and then they'll tell you how long you need to stop it before they can treat the skin. And so for your stretch marks, I think for those of you who are like worried about like getting everything closer in color to your stretch marks, I think it would be a good thing to put it over the stretch mark. This is for people who have like stretch marks who are like the whitish color, that are like already out of color. Like if your stretch marks are like the pinker, or like the pink to the like the dark purple color, then obviously I don't know, because like those would just be fresher stretch marks. So not to say it wouldn't still work on those, but I think they actually do on the Zenaxxx website. I think they do have a specific stretch mark cream, but just know that this one I have has been helping getting the skin closer in color to the stretch marks. And so just go ahead and just make sure you're just putting it everywhere, because I was like, oh well, I don't want to use this, and then them tell me, oh, we can't do the treatment. But honestly, just go ahead with it and just see how close in color you can get your skin underneath. And you might notice that they actually might have less to work on, so you might actually like it, because it's not going to be so much of a difference. Like just a difference in the brown of my skin to like that area, like it was such a big difference. If I want my skin to look close in color, then trust me, it's just better to put it all over. Because at first I was like, oh well, I don't want this to get any lighter because it's already light, and it's just like, no, just put it everywhere. You'll thank me later, because yeah, you're just gonna look crazy. Another thing I noticed is that, you know, my knees haven't really changed too much in color, and so they do have a different, like a knees and knuckle and joints like lotion on their website. And so I think it's gonna be more like, it's gonna be stronger. Like the one I'm using is just the semi-permanence lotion. Basically it's still going to lighten you, don't get me wrong, obviously it's like still working, but if you wanted to, like let's say later on, like you're in the sun, you will tan. So just know that it's not like gonna be like permanent, it's like completely depigmenting you. Honestly, I don't think you would want that. I don't think you'd want to completely take out all the pigmentation in your skin. That would probably be kind of risky, but I don't know. So semi-permanence just means that you can still tan while on this. Obviously you shouldn't, like you should really stay out of the sun while you're on this. Yeah, you wouldn't want to get like any dark spots or something weird like that, but just know, like I think after you're done using it, like if you're done using it, you could still, you know, your skin could darken if you were exposed to sun. So I don't know, I'm really happy with the one that I have. But yeah, for knees and stuff like that, you might have to get something, you know, their specific knees and joints lotion that's on their website. I have also been putting it on my nips. I will let you guys know how that changes up. You know, so far I can't really tell too much because I haven't been like consistent with it. So it's like I can't even confidently say that I've been putting it on my nips for like 2 weeks, because like some days I'll remember, some days I won't. So I can't even say in the days that I remember to put it on if those days added up would even equal 2 weeks. So yeah, I can't say much about that just yet, but I guess in my next update video I will let you guys know how that's going. But yeah, I'm also trying to lighten those up. And yeah, we'll see how this goes, but just FYI, I think this is definitely a good buy. I do recommend it. You need to stay out of the sun. Yeah, you really need to stay out of the sun on this. Make sure that you have on some type of long sleeve or something to cover up your skin. It does, like in my opinion, this is more of a heavy duty lightener. And so, you know, when you're using something like that, like, you definitely have to be careful with it. Like I said, like me trying to pick and choose the areas that I was going to lighten, that's not really how it works with this one. Like, you're just gonna make yourself look worse. So it's just like, put it all over the body. Make sure there's not areas of your skin that's like getting sun, because you might have some type of damage. Like, you just have to be careful, but the results are great and I'm very, very happy with it. So stay tuned, we're gonna keep this up, and yeah, we'll be checking back in at the 2-month mark, but so far so good.